I do not think that throughout this movie the mafia life is meant to be glamorized. I think the film rather focuses on an accurate representation of the mafia and crime going on at this time. The mafia life doesn't come off as glamorous to me because we see the drama and extreme losses all the families attached to the mafia must face. They all lose loved ones and suffer through trauma. By the end of the movie, Don Vito is so tired of losing loved ones, especially after seeing his son massacred, that he calls for a meeting of the five main gang rival groups. Don Vito gives a touching speech to end the war between each other and promises to keep the peace. The speech went very well, with all of them agreeing on keeping the peace. Don Vito and one of the rival gang leaders end up hugging during this, both in extreme pain for losing a son in these dangerous mafia wars, which was a very touching part of the scene. Michael rejects the old order and asserts himself as the new order in the mafia. He rejects tradition because he is a man with an agenda. He doesn't ask the casino owner for his business in a calm and relaxed manner. He tells him that he wants all the girls to leave and that he wants the band to leave, and he requests that he has this meeting be strictly about business. When the casino owner comes in, Michael and him get into a yelling match about why Mike wants to run the casino solely. His brother was so shocked at what Michael has become and what he just witnessed that he says to him, "No one talks to him that way. You don't talk to him that way." Michael responds back, "You were my older brother, but never side with someone outside of the family again." This ties back to Michael's character development throughout the film, where he starts off not sure if he wants to stick with the family business, to following his father's footsteps and making a truly Don Vito-esque statement. Never take sides with someone outside the family is a moment in the film where you really start to see Michael fit into his father's shoes and see the character development. Michael's character development throughout the film is another key factor in why it is so beloved and critically acclaimed. He starts off in the film with the assumption that because he was a war hero and in the military, that he did not share as much in common with his mafia-membered family, who partaked in illegal activities and serious crimes. He even told his spouse that he isn't like his father or his family and that they are kind of like their own thing. However, as the movie progresses, Michael finds himself following more and more into his father's footsteps until he himself becomes the godfather and the head of all Corleone operations. Don Vito was skeptical of Michael giving up his life to run the family business, but in the very last moments, seeing his son take over, he could not have been more proud. The connection between Don Vito and Michael is what I believe is the driving force behind Michael's character arc. When his father was shot and severely injured, he knew what he had to do without anyone telling him. Don Vito wouldn't have even wanted him to kill the men going for his father, but Michael did because he knew vengeance was the only option. There was no other moves to make. Michael taking action and getting it done with little to no outside help is why he's the perfect successor to his father and deemed him fit to run the family business. The Godfather shapes attitudes to becoming normalized to seeing organized crime and violence. The reason they included this much violence in the film is to kind of show like a hyperbole version of how dangerous and serious the mafia was to the audience. Many characters were shot or shot at in this film, which is why for Sonny's death, they had to go really over the top just to show that he was really dead and there was no way that a hospital could bring him back. The scene was very graphic. Numerous men surrounded Sonny and shot endless rounds into him until his body fell to the ground completely lifeless. And even after that, they shot him a few rounds more just to further their disrespect and ensure he is dead. The over-the-top action and murder scenes are what adds a unique and thrilling tone to the movie. In the scene where Michael is about to go and ride with his wife, a rival gang member got a bomb tied to the car to kill him, but it killed his wife instead because she got in the car first and tried pulling it up to him. This goes to show that in The Godfather, and more specifically in the Mafia, no one is safe, not even your loved ones. Many of the main characters were taken by surprise, and it all happened so suddenly.